All right, so instead of course, meeting in class, we'll just do our exam 3 review via video. And so I just want to go over a few things that are going to be on the test. Actually, I'm kind of going over questions that are exactly like that on the test, just with different numbers. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to fill in this table that represents an exponential function. And so you're just going to plug in 1 for t, and then 2 for t, and then whatever your value that you get out. So when I plug in 1, just plugging this into the calculator, I get 9.613, and you're going to have to round to 3 decimal places. And then when I plug in 2, I get 28.880. Okay, so that's an example. So you're just plugging in whatever t value into the function, and whatever value it gives you out is the answer to fill in the table. Okay. For question 2, you fill in the information to solve the following question and indicate the value you are solving by labeling it unknown. Okay, so no calculation is needed, but we want to find the amount in an account after 7 years if $22,000 is deposited at an interest rate of 5.4% compounded quarterly. Okay, so what you're going to have is PV, you're going to have future value, payments, my compounding periods, and my time. Okay. And so you're going to answer these, which one are you trying to solve for, and then which of these values goes where. Okay. So we're going to deposit $22,000, so that's our present value. All right. We don't have any payments. There's nothing about payments, so for payments would just be 0. Our N is our compounding periods. We're compounding quarterly, so N is 4. So N will be 4. And then our time is 7 years, so our time of 7 years. And then our rate is 5.4%. You can answer that as 5.4%, or you can put 0.054. Whichever one that you feel is, whichever one you like more, that's fine with me. And then label what you're trying to solve for by the unknown. So we're trying to find the amount in an account after 7 years, so that is our unknown. So that's what we are going to would try to find if we were to solve this. Okay, again, you're not solving it, you're just letting me know and would fill in the values. Okay. For number 3, we have a principal amount of 120 that's deposited into a savings account that has an APR of 4.2% compounded quarterly. So we want to calculate the total amount in the account after 2 years, and then determine the account value and the interest earned. Okay. So this is a compounding interest. So we will use this formula. Future value is equal to present value times 1 plus r over n raised to the nt. Okay. So my PV is 120. My rate is 4.2%, so that's 0.042. Compounding quarterly, so n is 4. Raised to the 4 times my time, which is 2 years. So 4 times 2. Plug that into the calculator, and I get 130.45. Okay, so that takes care of the account value. But to find the interest that was earned, I would need to subtract off the initial deposit of 120. So I find that after 2 years, this has drawn $10.45 of interest. Okay. All right, and so the last question I want to talk about is payment, the monthly payment required to amortize a loan. You're just going to set this up and so there's no need to answer it or give me a value. Just set up the formula as if you were going to solve it. And so just as a reminder, the payment formula is the PV times R over N, 1 minus 1 plus R over N raised to the negative NT. Okay, so just plugging in the values here. So PV, remember, that is the loan amount for this one, even though it's a present value. It's really the loan amount. So we have 3,700, a rate of 3.2%, so 0.032. We're looking for monthly payments, so N is 12. Then we have 1 minus 1 plus rate of 3.2% over N, which is 12, to the negative 12. And we're looking for 3 years, so our time is T. So our time is 3 here. Okay, so this is all I would want. There's no need to plug this in the calculator or anything. I'm just looking for the values to be plugged into the formula. Okay, there'll be a 5th question, but I won't go over it just because I do want there to be a little bit of thought that has to be put into it. But these are 4 questions that'll be on the exam, and then there'll be a 5th question. Okay, so please feel free to email me if you have any questions on anything. Also, we have our Zoom meeting today from 12 until 3. I'll be on, so you can join during our regular class period if you have any questions. And also, since you would have been getting your note cards today, let's do a half a page for instead of the note card. So on your own paper, you can write any notes down or example problems on a half page. So just 1/2 of the front. Okay, and that then instead of the note card. Again, email me if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day.